Hello everyone, Decav13 here, and welcome to Let's Play Patapon 3, but not just regular Patapon 3, as you can see here by the startup screen. This is Patapon 3, the DXD mod, or Depths of Infinity. Reason I wanted to do this mod adds a bunch of quality of life features and just bonus content that I feel are really nice to have compared to just plain base game. So I figured it'd be nice to do this version. Um, I will say too, I'm probably gonna end up cheating just a little bit on this playthrough, just to save me a very small amount of time, because this game's system is a little different, but I'll get into that a little later. Anyway, modified version of the game focuses on quality of life features and bug fixes, new content like custom quests, items, and game modes. So it is also compatible with Patapon, like normal Patapon 3, and normally in Patapon 3 you only have one save slot. This one gives you an extra couple ones in addition to it. It's also kind of changes some things in multiplayer, because there is another multiplayer in this game too. But it does add a lot of stuff. All of the DLC from the original game is included, as well as, like I said, custom missions, and the main draw of this mod, the Depths of Infinity dungeon. Now, that might sound a bit strange, but we'll get into dungeons as we proceed a little further into the game. But all this is pretty much just extra stuff. But here are all the creators of these mods, so be sure to check them out, of course. They've done a fantastic job doing all this, and Madwig and Shock Turtle putting this together, so again, be sure to go check them out. But yeah, let's jump on in and get started. Honestly, I forgot this screen was here, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. And I was just kind of expecting to do my intro after the opening FMV showed, but hey, I guess this works too. Alright, Patapon 3. I gotta say, of the three Patapons, I think 3 is my favorite. That might be a little controversial among the community, but I think hands down 3 might be my favorite. Alright, so let's start up our new game. Use save slot 1, of course. Yeah, as you can tell, 3 has a bit of a different vibe. I mean, even the music is somewhat different compared to the older games, because this game, I feel like, has a bit of a rock focus. I mean, especially with how the new character design is too. I mean, you still got your classic Patapons, but it definitely took a bit of a step forward with designs, both character-wise and music in this game. And honestly, I really like it. Alright, the Uber Hero's Pledge. The Patapons are in need. I take the form of an Uber hero so that I may guide them to their rightful destiny. As it has been time and time before, I brandish my holy drum, and will use it only for good, to help the Patapons save this endangered world. Whatever challenges may await us, whatever dangers may befall us, I shall call upon allies from parallel worlds and never abandon the fight. This is my pledge. Now, unfortunately, I do not have Patapon 2 save data, which would be really nice to have. So we are going to just be going in with nothing here. Shazam! So you have come. You are that Patapon Mighty One, aren't you? What was it? I can't remember your name. Oh, emulator keyboard. This one. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that one. Yeah, shift, there we go. There's no unshift, which is so weird. I didn't actually. Oh, right. Buttons. John. Shazam! Of truth I know not, but of fate I shall speak. Your arrival was meant to be. The fate of the world depends on a Patapon hero whom only you can revive. And now, the choice is yours. O Spirit, help this Patapon hero grow. Lend us your strength. Alright, so to start the game, we get to choose one of 3 classes. We have the Spear Hero Yarita. We have the Bow Hero Yumiacha. And we have the Shield Hero, the Tataratse. So these are, as usual, our 3 class trees. Just like within Patapon 2, how we could get additional classes from branching off from these 3 main ones. And it is important which one you pick here, because you cannot change it once you pick it. Now, you will be able to access these other classes later on, but it's going to be quite a bit later on. But I'm going to go with my personal favorite class to have in this game, the Yarita. It's kind of a beginner-friendly class. It's not super technical. Really, all you do is just attack, and that's what unleashes this class's best qualities. You're kind of middling in terms of like HP and defenses, but honestly, your damage is super good here. So, yeah, we're gonna go with the Yarita. I'm a Spear Hero Yarita. One must take risks to inflict heavy damage. Yes, I love spears and dealing damage, that's about it. But it makes me easy to use. Accept my spear as your destiny? Yes, it is. Ah, a wise choice. No turning back now. Shazam! You and the Patapon hero are now one. One soul with one name. Together you shall be called John. John, is this okay as your name? Now, the last question. Have you ever wanted to be unique? Now, this isn't necessarily an important option, but if you choose yes here, you will have a unique helm style. It's not going to change depending on what helm you equip. I think that's true of all of the Uber Hero classes, that you don't get like a unique appearance sprite for your helm, or, you know, like depending on what you change your helm to, but you will have a unique helm sprite, if that makes any sense. I'll explain it later. Okay, so yeah, that's fine, because there's some pretty cool ones, and there is one in particular I'm really hoping for. John. Shazam! Very well. Take this and breathe life into the hero's soul. We get every drum except the Pata drum. quite a different start from our other games. Pawn is the bravery drum. Press circle to strike pawn in time with the rhythm of the earth. Alright, so that's just... yeah, size of the screen will flash white. Alright, the coming of John. Such cold rain. The legend revived. And all were frozen still. Only one hope remains. Shazam! Thank you for saving me. The time has come. Reincarnate, Honorable John. Oh yeah, so now, also a little change. When you strike the drum, there'll be a little voice that comes. Oh, not the helm I was hoping for, but that's fine, I guess. Where am I? Could I? Am I alive? Great John, I am Silver Hoshipon, bearer of truth. What on earth happened? Behold your brothers, turned to stone after breaking the seal on the forbidden vessel and releasing a great evil upon this land. You are here by oath, reborn as the essence of John. I don't understand. Who am I? Now, hear that? The drum of ancients. I feel strength. Oh, there's Patapon. What in the... Please, mighty one, come quickly, lest Patapon be gobbled up. Alright, so again, I'm just gonna mostly focus on the drumming. I'll leave it to you guys to read the text. We've come far enough. Great John, please accept this drum. Alright, that's all the drums. Yeah, I'll get more into talking about other stuff when we actually get through this. So you might have noticed I hit every beat there perfectly. Patapon 3 is super, super generous about your beat timing. It is almost kind of hard not to get perfect beats all the time, if I'm being honest. Maybe that's just me, but mostly you'll be getting perfect beats. It's very simple in this game. Rescued by Silver Hoshipon, John's forces arrive at the cavernous hideout once occupied by the 4 great Patapon champions of lore. And this is our little base of operations for the game. What in... Is that a cave? This cave was the hideout of the 4 great champions of legends past. Hideout? From this base you shall grow strong. Wow, our own hideout. Ooh, John. Let's have a look inside. Brilliant, let's go. Hey, what's this? Look at this, it's huge. Here's the Master Obelisk. Hey, where'd you go? Sorry, couldn't stop myself. Anyway, this leads to the world map, where you can choose quests. Ah, yes, this is the spot for deployment. The Archfiends who changed your brother into stone are a force to be reckoned with. Take it slowly and complete quests to gain strength by leveling up. So, that is a key thing in this game. So let's head over here to the barracks first. What the? Change equipment or class and create a party here in the barracks. So, as you can see, we have levels, like in an RPG, you know. So one of your main sources of gathering strength in this game is going to be by leveling up your units, because we only have the 4 characters here. Our Uber hero, Ton, Shin, and Khan, which, fun fact, in case you weren't paying close attention during the little opening scene there, these are the 3 Yarapons that always join us first in Patapon 1 and 2. So we now have one of each class, and as I said before, each class will give you a different class tree. Oh, whoops, I hit that. Okay, I'm gonna need to get used to the way this controller is laid out. Alright, so we can change our class, and depending on our initial class, so since I have Eureka here, it will change what different classes we get. And in order to unlock different classes, we just need to level up what classes we have. And over here on, at least on our Uber Heroes screen, it will show us how to activate Hero Mode for this class. Now, Hero Mode, I feel, has been very greatly enhanced in this game, to the point where it will only activate if you do your specific class combo. Now, while that might seem like a downgrade, compared to how it worked in Patapon 2, this is a godsend, because now your hero will actually do what you command them to. Because even in Patapon 2, your retreat command, if done perfectly, would activate your hero mode, causing them to potentially die. In this game, your hero will only enter hero mode if you do the activate command. And even while in hero mode, they will still listen to other commands you issue. So if I'm in hero mode and I issue the defend command, I will still defend instead of continually attacking. So I think that is one of the many vast improvements made to heroes in this game. And what am I trying to say? I had a thought, and then I kind of just trailed off in my head. So we can also change the classes of Talon, Shin, and Khan here, but since they are not Uber Heroes, they do not have Uber Hero skills. They are just normal Patapons, so nothing really out of ordinary with them. Yeah, on their screen it'll just show their stats in that class, which of course right now isn't terribly impressive. However, we will get more interesting stuff later on. And we also have these class skills. So depending on what class you use, you have different class skills. So we don't have any right now since we're just starting out. But once we start developing class skills, and they will develop the more you use a certain class, or like do certain commands as a certain class. Like each one has different requirements. But generally it's the more you use a class and either do like attacks or again some other kind of command, your class skills will level up and improve, and some class skills can even be carried over from one class to another and just apply to different ones. So it's really nice to have because they can really make you like just extremely powerful. So for now we only have some basic equipment here. This one right here. I'm gonna say I just finished Patapon 3 on the the PS4, PS5 port of it, like over the weekend, which was a couple days ago. And this weapon right here is my best friend. I love the Repel Spear. It is the greatest weapon in the game. Now, I'm not necessarily going to be using this Repel Spear, because there are other ones that I can pick up, which I will go into later once we start playing the game a little bit. But for right now, I'll apply this one, because this gives me like insane knockback and actually pretty decent stagger as well. Ah, 2 ice helms. That's strange. But we also have all these DLC helms, like they told us in the patch notes. So I like equipping the Garrow Helm of Valor on my character because it increases your attack power like insane. Yeah, look at that. I go from 16 to 28 to 116 to 128. And my stamina jumps up pretty considerably too. So yeah, that's going to go on there. And there's also a bunch of these dummy helms too. These don't change your stats. They're just the same as any basic helm. But they are references to the other games. And of course, if it wasn't obvious, these are content for the DXD mod. You're not going to see these in the regular Patapon game. But, you know, just a bunch of little throwbacks to old helms from the previous games. So it's cool to see. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to equip that. Shit, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons again. Alright, let me put on that Garrow helm again, because that one's insanely good. And another thing for the DXD mod, you can change what mask you use. Now, normally this is dependent on what Uberhero class you're using. But, again, like, all these different masks are very, cool to see. But I think for the most part, I'll just be using, the default stuff. You can even do it on these guys, too. Like, if I were to put on, let's say, one of the Carmen masks. It turns him into a Carmen. I think that's a really fucking cool. You could do that. Like, it's a really cool feature they added in. Oh, even the rare pawn stuff. Alright, I'm gonna take that off you though. So yeah, we only have that one spear. So what do I usually put on you? I'm gonna give you increased attack speed. You get a sleepy sword. I will say ailments in this game are insane. And I can easily test one of the ailments you're going to see the most in this game is burn. Because I feel like late game, every enemy has a burn, like a fire weapon. And you're going to get burned all the fucking time. Yeah, the increased stagger rate is really good for Hetheratse. So I'm going to give that to you for now. I also have an ice shield. Then our Yumiyashi gets a flame bow. And I forget what I usually give you. Crit rate? I guess that wouldn't be terrible for you. Boost sleep rate, boost poison rate, boost freeze rate. Boost knock? You don't really need that right now. Movement speed during attack. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the crit rate one. Alright, so so we're all outfitted now. We can explore a little bit more too, so let's check out all the stuff here first. Oh yes, that's impressive. Check inventory and sell unneeded items here in the armory. Hawk your old stuff if you need extra ka-ching. Now, extra ka-ching isn't the only thing you'll get for selling equipment. So if we go here, we do have a bunch of basic equipment for the classes, including some stuff that we will unlock a little bit. And depending on the weapons or armor that you disband, you will gain ka-ching or materials. Now, this is going to be your... I don't know if how this works in this mod, but I know in base game, late game, I would be using this mostly to get some rare materials, because you don't really see certain materials in the wild all that often, like golden bone, like 4th tier materials, which is something we use later on. Obviously not for creating new Patapons, because we aren't going to be making any new Patapons. We only have our 4. But we will get into that when we unlock that feature. Team Totem. Again, something I'm not going to use on this playthrough, but this is for multiplayer, which is the main focus of Patapon 3. It's a very multiplayer-centric game. I mean, it's... Again, that's one of the main reasons I want to do this mod, because while Patapon 3 is beatable single-player, which I was able to do, it isn't the easiest, because this game is very much built for multiplayer, and single-player was kind of an afterthought for it, which kind of sucks, but, I mean, it's not that terrible, really. Alright, this is the Team Totem. The Team Totem, according to legend, is a magic portal to the otherworld where one can search for other Uber Hero and join them in multiplayer battles. What's that mean? I don't know, but the Team Totem can only be used by our saviors, the Uber Heroes. So yeah, this is where we'll meet up with other heroes for multiplayer. And then we have Sukopon here. Scope! Sukopon reads the stars from this lookout tower to warn you of danger. I see it, I see it! He sees what? A giant silver star hiding the moon! A strange beard! He's right! So Sukopon here normally doesn't have much use. He just kind of sits here, looking out at the battlefields. But there are very rare occasions he will see a boss on one of the fields you have unlocked. Now, this boss he sees is very powerful. And it is very likely you are not going to be able to defeat it on your own. Or really at all. So, again, they're very multiplayer based, but it is possible to defeat them single player. But yeah, it's very rare he actually does see something. So, again, it kind of sucks, because that's kind of the only way you get to fight some of these bosses. Now, luckily this mod does something about that, but it does kind of suck that those bosses aren't really available too much in Patapon 3. Well, anyway. Got Silver Hoshipon here. Oh, you don't have your thing yet. And Miden, still turned to stone. Alright, so that's everything we can check out here. So let's go to the Master Obelisk. And so for right now, we have the Patapon Training Grounds unlocked, but we also have the download quests. This is where we access the DLC. But not only the DLC. This is where we access the custom missions that are included in Patapon 3 DXD. So we have some free quests, and it does show the recommended level that you should be at for these. So not something we're going to be tackling before the end game. I mean, this is all post-game stuff, really. But what I do like about this mod, since I was talking about Sukopon before, all of these Sukopon bosses are here in the download maps. So anything marked solo boss is what Sukopon would see from his tower. So we can fight these whenever we want. Again, level 38, so probably not something we're going to be jumping into right now. But it is really cool that we do have these and can do them whenever we want. Anyway, doing the wrong things. So let's do all of our I think we're going to do our basic trainings in this episode, and then we will move on with story in the next one. So let's get started with advanced attack practice. Alright, Patapon to advance, Pon Patapon to attack. See how far you can march before time runs out. Get ready. Oh, yes, and nice change too. All your commands are unlocked from the start, and they're always on the bottom of the screen. So, Yorito's pretty powerful. Ah, yes, and chests. I will go over those when we finish this, though. Ooh, hard iron. Keys again. Something I'll have to talk about. Alright, so we completed everything in the first training. And we even got a new song. But we're not going to get taught how to use this song. In fact, this song is actually exclusive to playing single player only. So you cannot use this song in multiplayer. It's actually called the pause song. So if you do the Patapon command, it will pause the game in the middle of your playthrough, in the middle of your play. It'll freeze freeze everything. Your beat will be preserved, and I believe once you unpause the game, you have 4 measures that would usually be used for the song, for the Patapon singing, to get back into your groove. Otherwise, you'll lose your fever. Anyway, not something I'm really going to be using all that much, so, but it is still cool to have. Anyway, chests. Chests are going to be your main way of securing new equipment in this game. So you don't just get random equipment drops from enemies like in the previous 2 games. Instead, most enemies will drop either materials or chests. Chests are what are going to contain our basically any equipment. Armor, weapons, it's in these chests, and the chests come in 4 different rarities. We have wood, iron, gold, actually no, 5 rarities. So wood, iron, gold, jeweled, and purple jeweled. Now depending on the rarity of the chest, that will tell you what rarity of weapon you're going to get. So wood being the most common means you're mostly just going to get common weapons. Sometimes you'll get enchanted weapons. Enchanted weapons are basically just your normal equipment, but with damage enhancements or ailment enhancements, different properties that can be applied to pretty much most common weapons. I believe gold chests will start having legendary equipment, or not legendary equipment, but unique equipment. And you can find those in golds and jeweled, and then jeweled and purple jeweled have a chance to have legendary equipment. And then depending on the level of the chest, that'll also be the level of the equipment you get. And of course, you can level up your equipment, but only basic equipment now that I'm mentioning it. You can't level up unique or legendary equipment, so whatever level you get those at, they're stuck at. You can't enhance them in any way. So that's kind of why I like common equipment so much. I mean, legendary equipment and unique equipment do have their own buffs that are applied to the weapons themselves, but you can really make standard equipment super, super strong in this game, and that's what I like doing, honestly, at least for my Uber hero. So I am hoping to find a more powerful repel spear in some of these chests. If not, then I'm more than happy to do a little farming for it. Anyway, let's open these up and see what we got. Got some flame shoulders, a fire cape, a lightning club, a flame shield, an ice sword with a flame enhancement, a wide awake horse with an HP enhancement, and more flame shoulders. Okay. And after each quest, you'll get a results screen here, where you will be awarded EXP, and it'll show you all those spoils you got for the mission. Okay, that's enough for yeah, we're not going to level up, because I think it's like 1,000 for the first level. Wow, we got 3 whole Kaching, titanium ore. Oh, and the keys we will be using later on, so don't need to worry about them right now, but it is nice to have a little stockpile of them. Alright, so that's the first training done. Let us move on to the second one. Unless there's... Oh, the blacksmith, okay. Is this on fire? It's a blacksmith. Forge magic weapons to boost level. So yes, this is where we come to forge our weapons. It does cost Kaching and materials, and there is a limit to what we can do with the blacksmith right now, but we'll get into that once we actually get that far. I'm not going to do any enhancements right now, but yeah, it is cool that we can do this stuff. Like I said, in the armor, you can toss unwanted equipment for materials and Kaching, so I'm actually going to toss this lightning club because I don't need 2 of these. Don't really need 2 ice helms either. Everything else I'll hold on to, though. Oh, and I should also mention, too, when you go to forge weapons, you can only forge weapons that are lesser or equal in level to your Uber hero. So there's really not much we can do with the blacksmith right now because we're only level 1. That kind of sucks, but oh well. Like I said, not much we can do. Alright, so we do have a more powerful weapon here. So I say let's equip this ice sword. That was really the only improved equipment we got, huh? Alright, so let's do our next one, defense practice. This one's actually segmented into a couple of different ones, but for now we're just going to do the first stage of this because we don't really have a defensive uber hero. Now if we had the shield class uber hero, we could storm through every level of this one because the hero ability is the exact same as it was in Patapon 2 for Tataratse, where it makes your party invulnerable. So yeah, that would have been nice. Anyway, all we gotta do in this one, just keep defending. Alright, check a Patapon. Press triangle, triangle, square, circle to defend, defend, defend. Already on fire. I should also mention too, in this game there is a special ability where so long as you have a shield class alive, Patapon will never take any damage. But if your shield classes die, then Patapon is vulnerable. And once again, if Patapon dies, you lose. So make sure your shield class is very well fortified. Alright, so that was the first wave, and that's really all I think we're able to handle right now. So we are going to quit. So this one's really short. And I believe we have like 2 more trainings to do. Or it might just be 1. Oh no, we have 2 more to do. Yeah. Alright, so we got another flame horn. We got another ice helm. Okay. And I think we level up off of this. Oh no, we only got 100. Never mind. Yeah, because we only did the first stage. Alright. Oh, I actually think we can move on now. All clear of giants. This is our chance. First, traverse the field of giants and seek the Cave of Valor. The Cave of Valor? An evil released from the vessel slumbers in this cave. What evil be that? A demon or monster? I don't remember. Nor do I. I can't remember anything before being turned to stone. That will be a side effect of the legendary power of the Uber Hero's remains, which freed you from the stone curse. Or maybe you're just forgetful. Safety issues aside, let us visit this Cave of Valor and gaze upon this self-proclaimed evil. That's the spirit. Here goes. Alright, so now we can proceed on with the story by going to the Field of Angry Giants. But I think we're gonna do this next practice first. So attack and dodge practice. Attack while grabbing chests and dodge attacks. Defense is useless against this large cannon. Observe its movement, then dodge with Pon Pata Pon Pata. Alright, let's give this one a shot. This one shouldn't be too difficult with our current strength. I think we get some pretty decent rewards from this. Alright, attack and dodge. Use Pon Pata evasion to dodge attacks and Pon Pon attacks to open the treasure chest. Defense is not enough to withstand these gigantic cannons. Press Pon Pata Pon Pata the moment it starts. Alright. They do give you an indication of what to use. You guys want to give us a little chance to get this shit? Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. We're able to get that treasure chest. Hey, we got a level 4 wood chest, though. That's not too bad at all. Okay, so yeah, we need a little bit more strength if we want to completely finish this one. But hey, that wasn't too bad for our first try. I mean, considering we're only level 1 with kind of basic equipment. Alright, lightning club, fire cape, flame spear, ice shield, and a lightning club. Interesting, those seem to really give us much different equipment levels. Oh yeah, so here's the Patapon damage thing, yeah. So, lifelink. So whenever you have a Tataratse class on your team, Patapon is protected from all forms of damage. So if you went Shield Hero in the beginning, you would have 2 of them, which means if both of your shield classes went down, then and only then Patapon would be vulnerable to damage. So yeah. We do have one more. This one I can never get the hang of. It's march and jump practice. We're, what, 185 away from finishing? Honestly, I might just go until we finish leveling up here. Alright. So yes, jump to grab the blue orbs and boost marching speed. Jump to grab the red orbs for a 12-second time bonus. So just go as far as you can. We completely fucking missed that. So mistime your jumps and you'll waste time here. You already have a boost. You. 0 for jumping up. Aw. Oh, well. Hey, not bad from a first try, getting 400. I don't think I've gotten that on a PS4 version. That might be the best one I've gotten. That's kind of funny. Alright, what do we get? Crit Spear Flame. Flame Horse. Flame Shoulders. Sleepy Bow Strength Enchantment. So, the enchantments are at different levels. Flame is the lowest level enchantment you can get. Strength is a step above that. So, Flame gives you an attack boost and an increased chance to ignite things. Meanwhile, Strength will give you an even bigger attack boost, but completely skips out on the chance to inflame things. But even then, it's very useful. It's a shame that wasn't a Repel Spear. I would have loved to have that. Oh, still not enough to level up. Alright, let me give you that. Oh, I don't want to give you that one. It must have been a helm. What? I'm gonna give you the Crit Spear Flame. That should be a bit more useful. Alright, let's do one more of these just so I can get to level 2 on everyone. We'll go attack and dodge practice again. So I feel like this one should take should be the easiest to do. Chest for that one. Oh, give me a chance, man. Oh, I got a time bonus. I didn't notice that gave me a time bonus. Hey, I got another key. Alright, I'll take that. I think that big chest is the last one we can grab there. So we're going to need to strengthen up if we want the best rewards possible from this training. Hey, hopefully we got some... Oh, okay, just regular Repel Spear. Nice sword. Nice sword. Nice cape. Okay. This should be enough experience for us all to level up. Yep. So you get a stat bonus from leveling up, which is, again, like I said, your main way of getting more strength in this game. So we do have a bit more power than we did last time. So I think in the next one, we'll go and take on our first mission in the Field of Angry Giants. Traverse the Field of Giants. So, I will see you all then. Bye!